Hello, wonderful women. Every single hair on your head follows a delicate, three-part cycle of growth, rest, and release. For most of our lives, we don't even notice this quiet, constant renewal. But then one day we do. We notice it in the hairbrush, which seems to be holding just a little bit more than it used to. We see it in the shower drain, telling a story we aren't ready to read. We feel it when we run our fingers through our hair, and the volume, the very substance of it, feels different. This change isn't just about vanity. It's a quiet, daily reminder that our bodies are in a new season. And it can leave us feeling a little less like ourselves. But what if I told you that we can work with our bodies in this season, not against them? That we can restore a beautiful, natural balance starting today. I'm Dr. Emily Hart, and for over 15 years, I've had the privilege of helping women navigate the incredible changes in their bodies with clarity and compassion. This channel is a space for us, a place for honest conversations and trusted, science-backed guidance for a vibrant life after 60. If that sounds like something you need, I invite you to subscribe and join our growing community. And as we begin, I'd love for you to tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? I truly love knowing where this community of strong, wise women comes together from all around the world. Today, we are going to talk about something so many of us experience but so few of us talk about openly: the thinning of our hair. We're going to move past the worry and into the wisdom, focusing on 3 powerful, doctor-approved ways to nourish your hair from the inside out and the outside in. Let's begin with the very foundation of it all. Our first step is to nourish your hair from within, specifically by mastering what I call purposeful protein. I have sat with so many women who tell me, "Dr. Hart, I eat so healthy. I have my salad for lunch, I eat my fruits, but my hair is still thinning and I feel so tired." The feeling is one of frustration, of doing all the right things but not getting the results you deserve. It can feel like your body is no longer responding to the good things you put into it. This reminds me of a patient of mine, a lovely woman named Carol. Carol was a passionate gardener, vibrant and active in her late 60s. She was proud of her healthy diet, which was full of fresh vegetables from her garden. But her hair had become weak and brittle, and she was losing more than she was comfortable with. When we looked closely at her daily meals, we found the missing piece. Her light salads and fruit smoothies were rich in vitamins, but they were lacking the single most important building block for strong hair: protein. Here is the simple science of it. Think of each hair follicle on your scalp as a tiny, highly specialized factory. The main product this factory produces is a tough, fibrous protein called keratin. That's what your hair is made of. Now, for any factory to run, it needs a steady supply of raw materials. For your hair follicles, the most crucial raw material is the amino acids you get from eating protein. As we age, our body's ability to absorb and process protein can become less efficient. This means that even if you're eating the same amount of protein you did in your 40s, your body and your hair factories might not be getting enough. When the factory doesn't have enough raw material, production slows down. Hair growth stalls, and the strands it does produce are often weaker and thinner. The solution is wonderfully simple and deeply nourishing. It's about being intentional with your protein intake, especially earlier in the day when your metabolism is most active. My recommendation for most women over 60 is to aim for at least 20 to 25 grams of protein with every meal. A powerful way to start is with a protein-rich breakfast. Instead of just toast, consider 2 scrambled eggs with a slice of whole grain toast, or a bowl of plain Greek yogurt topped with berries and a sprinkle of nuts. For lunch, transform Carol's simple salad by adding a grilled chicken breast, a scoop of chickpeas, or a helping of quinoa. You're not just eating a meal. You are delivering a dedicated package of building blocks directly to those tiny factories on your scalp. The tangible benefit is hair that feels stronger, more resilient. You may notice less shedding in your brush within a few months, but the benefits go deeper. You'll also feel more sustained energy throughout the day and a greater sense of satiety after meals. You are the architect of your own cellular health, and with every protein-rich meal, you are sending a powerful message of strength and renewal to every part of your body. Now that we've fed the factory from the inside, our second step is to tend to the land on which it's built. We are going to focus on nurturing your scalp with the power of gentle circulation. For most of our lives, the scalp is out of sight, out of mind. We wash it, we rinse it, and we don't give it a second thought until it starts to feel dry or itchy, or we notice that our part seems a little wider than it used to be. The struggle here is often one of neglect, not of intention. We simply weren't taught to care for our scalp the way we care for the skin on our face. I remember a conversation with a patient named Margaret, a retired teacher in her 70s with the most beautiful silver hair. She told me she felt a deep sense of loss as she saw it thinning at the crown. She'd always used the same shampoo, the same vigorous washing technique. She never considered that the health of her hair was tied directly to the health of the skin beneath it. She was tending to the flowers but forgetting about the soil. Let's explore the science with that very analogy. Your scalp is the fertile soil from which your hair grows. And just like any garden, this soil needs to be nourished and well irrigated. Running beneath the surface of your scalp is a vast network of tiny blood vessels called capillaries. Think of them as little rivers carrying oxygen and all those protein building blocks we just talked about directly to the root of each hair follicle. As we get older, circulation can naturally become a bit more sluggish. If that blood flow decreases, the nutrient supply line to our hair factories gets pinched. The follicles become undernourished, and they can't perform their best work. So, how do we get the rivers flowing again? The solution is a simple, beautiful act of self-care, a daily scalp massage. And I want to show you exactly how to do it. You don't need any fancy tools, just your own fingertips. In the evening before bed, or in the morning before you shower, sit comfortably. Place the pads of your fingers, not your nails, on your scalp. Start at your hairline and apply gentle but firm pressure. Instead of just rubbing back and forth, make small, slow circles. Imagine you are trying to move the skin over the bone beneath it. Work your way methodically from your hairline over the crown to the nape of your neck. Do this for just 3 to 5 minutes a day. It's not another chore on your to-do list. It's a ritual. It is a moment to connect with your body. For an added benefit, you can incorporate a touch of rosemary essential oil, which studies have suggested can support hair growth. Simply add 1 or 2 drops to a tablespoon of a carrier oil like jojoba or coconut oil, warm it in your hands, and use it for your massage. The tangible benefit is, of course, the stimulation of that vital blood flow, bringing life and nutrients back to the hair root. But the emotional benefit is just as profound. This daily ritual can reduce tension, ease headaches, and become a grounding, meditative practice. You are quite literally tending to the garden from which your beautiful hair grows. If this conversation is resonating with you, if you're feeling a sense of hope, I'd be so grateful if you would take a moment to give this video a like. It's a small click, but it helps this message of empowerment reach other women who might be feeling the same way you are. Finally, our third step. We've nourished the factory and tended to the soil. Now we must protect the beautiful hair we are working so hard to nurture. This is what I call the kindness principle, reducing breakage and stress. So often, what we perceive as rapid hair loss is actually hair breakage. The struggle is that the very habits we've had for decades, the way we brush, the way we sleep, the way we style our hair, may no longer serve our hair in this new season. What was once harmless can now be the source of damage that makes our hair appear thinner than it truly is. I think of my patient Susan, who for years had pulled her thick hair back into a tight, practical bun to work in her art studio. But in her late 60s, she noticed fine, broken hairs around her temples and a receding hairline. The constant tension, which her hair could handle in her youth, was now too much for her more delicate strands. On top of that, the visible change was causing her a deep, quiet stress, which only made things worse. Here's what is happening scientifically. Hormonal shifts during and after menopause cause our scalp to produce less sebum, the natural oil that coats and protects the hair strand. Without this protective coating, hair becomes drier, more brittle, and less elastic. It's like a silk ribbon that over time has lost some of its supple strength. When you apply physical stress to this more fragile hair, like rubbing it vigorously with a cotton towel, using a high-heat curling iron, or pulling it into a tight ponytail, it is far more likely to snap. At the same time, emotional stress, the worry we feel about these changes, causes our bodies to produce more of the hormone cortisol. In a state of chronic stress, your body intelligently diverts its resources away from what it considers non-essential functions, like hair growth, and directs energy towards survival. This can prematurely push more of your hair follicles into that shedding phase. The solution is a conscious shift toward profound gentleness. It's about choosing kindness in your daily habits. First, consider your pillowcase. A standard cotton pillowcase can create friction, snagging and pulling at your hair all night. Swapping it for a silk or satin pillowcase is an act of kindness. Your hair will glide over the surface, dramatically reducing friction and breakage. Second, rethink how you dry your hair. Instead of a rough towel rub, gently squeeze the water out with an old, soft t-shirt or a microfiber towel. Pat, don't rub. Third, release the tension. Opt for looser hairstyles. Use soft hair ties like scrunchies instead of tight elastics. And finally, address the stress. This might be the most important kindness of all. Find 5 minutes each day to sit quietly and breathe deeply. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. This simple practice can help lower cortisol levels and signals to your body that it is safe to invest energy in renewal and growth. The tangible benefit is seeing fewer broken hairs on your pillow and in your sink. Your hair will retain its length, which immediately contributes to a look of fullness and vitality. The deeper benefit is a renewed sense of peace and control. You are no longer fighting your hair. You are partnering with it. You are treating it and yourself with the kindness and respect you so richly deserve. Remember Carol, who started adding protein to her vibrant salads. She not only saw her hair regain its luster, but she felt a strength in her body she thought was gone. And Margaret, the retired teacher, who turned her evening scalp massage into a cherished ritual of calm that helped her sleep more soundly than she had in years. And Susan, who traded her tight bun for a soft, elegant clip and found that in being kinder to her hair, she started being kinder to herself in countless other ways. These changes are not about chasing youth. They are about embracing a new kind of vitality, one rooted in wisdom, compassion, and deep self-care. Your journey with your hair is a reflection of the journey with your body. It has changed, yes, but its capacity for health and resilience is still absolutely profound. You are worthy of this care. You are deserving of this attention. I'd love to continue this conversation with you in the comments. Please share one small act of kindness you will do for your hair or your body this week. Can inspire all of us. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Until next time, be well and be wonderfully you.